Dawkins told the crowd they should ridicule religious people. Let me quote him. He says, "Mock them, ridicule them in public. Their beliefs are insane, therefore they should be ridiculed with contempt."
Years in the future, this may serve as a reminder, like a verbal time capsule, audio treasure meant for the minds that denied in the past, ignoring the signs every time that we ask you to listen. You dismissed us consistently, and now you're living out prophecy, first in witness to the times and the miseries, no denying all the signs and conspiracies. We poured a hard time and urged you to listen, implored you to think, to make the right decision. Laughing aside, you just played the devil's advocate. Every time you heard the truth, you turned the opposite. Rejected anything that stood against your politics. Convince yourself that you were good by thinking positive. Always the optimist. Are you still confident that ignorance is bliss during the apocalypse? Smack dab in the middle of the storyline. Slap in your face. Shift in your paradigm. Switching your mind for the memories you blocked out. Information that you knew was true but locked out. Conversations that you wish could be repeated. Warning calls that you wish you would have heeded. Thought all those Christians were living in denial, but now you do anything to understand the Bible. Every day triggers for memories, reminders, remaining remnants remembered by survivors. Pieced together from the fragments of a quagmire. Lost souls gathered hungry around a campfire. Brought together through the common recollections. Torn apart by the warnings that they questioned. Looking back, they knew this day was unavoidable. They hated God, embracing sin whenever possible. Gave control to everything they knew was evil. Sold their souls and now they're living like medieval. A whole world without laws or morality. Living in poverty and running from reality. I had a picture of missed opportunities. All the what ifs and lost possibilities. Cities burn like a giant crematorium. Mountaintops collapse like an accordion. Wars are rumbling, governments crumbling. Storm clouds gather around, hear the thundering. Smack dab in the middle of the storyline. Slap in your face, shift in your paradigm. Switching your mind for the memories you blocked out. Information that you knew was true but locked out. Conversations that you wish could be repeated. Warning calls that you wish you would have heeded. Thought all those Christians were living in denial, but now you do anything to understand the Bible. Anarchy reigns in the streets, in the alleyways. No escape from the pain in the end of days. Left alone with no internet or telephone. Cities are graveyards, crumbling catacombs. Apocalyptic wickedness and pestilence. Epidemics and afflictions, malevolence. No protection, no government or military. Just infections and really full cemeteries. Catastrophes on another level biblical. Miserable when the locust swarm is visible. Turn and run from the state, you knew the outcome. Acting dumb and ignorant and asking how come. A social justice warrior with your politics. Emotional, convince yourself of willing ignorance. Way too late, no excuse can ever save face. And now you're living in a world without a safe space. Smack dab in the middle of the storyline. Slap in your face, shift in your paradigm. Switching your mind for the memories you blocked out. Information that you knew was true but locked out. Conversations that you wish could be repeated. Warning calls that you wish you would have heeded. Thought all those Christians were living in denial, but now you do anything to understand the Bible.
What if you're wrong?
Well, what if I'm wrong? I mean, anybody could be wrong. What if you're wrong about the great juju at the bottom of the sea?
Come, I'll show you the sweetest delight in the garden. As a surprise for Adam.
Really?
Come.
All right.
Here.
But this is the one tree in the garden we cannot touch. This is the forbidden fruit.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Surely not.
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us to either touch or eat the fruit of that tree, for if we do, we shall die.
You believe that nonsense? Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be open, and you and Adam will be like gods yourselves.
All of us one day will reach the level of the avatars that we have read about in history, the Buddhas and Jesus.
Everyone's God.
You ancient serpent, you cast your spell upon this planet with your graven images and your wishes to be worshipped. Witches and warlocks flock like Harry Potter fans, waiting for your new age plan to spread across the land. You got the masses dumped down where you want them, convinced that you don't exist, and now you got them atheists. Some even think they're evolving to a godlike level above and beyond human. These Luciferian lies feed on ego and pride. They come disguised as an angel of light, like the original sin and the first deception. The tree in the garden, don't you see the connection? It's the same old lie that he used back then at the beginning of time, at the fall of man. Have we forgotten the truth within the book of Genesis? Ignorant of the nature of sin, so we dismiss written words of God as an irrelevant myth, but then embrace all these new age thoughts of nonsense.
It's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did one or the other.
There is no God in doing everyone's God. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven, without judgment, without hate, without testing, without anything.
I call my practices and pagan worshiping in fact exists. See through the smoke and the mirrors and the mist. From Atlantis to the Myriad fanatical myths, to the UFO connection with the German SS. Secret society elitists from the east and the west. Illuminati and Masonics, man, it all connects. Satanic worship to the depths we don't want to admit. It's a globalized illusion that we gotta correct. Check the symbols and signs like the all-seeing eye. Read the Bible facts to understand the great design. See the writing on the wall, we're living in end times. And even the elect have now bought into the lie. Real Satanists are dressed up in their suits and ties, eating the fruit like these fools who think they are divine. They aren't evolved, they're just blinded by ego and pride, living a lie that disguised like Jekyll and Hyde. Can you deny that these times were all prophesied? Read Matthew 24:24, you decide.
There's no such thing as good or bad. Judging things from a superficial perspective. There are things that I do that I know they involve you. There are other things that do not involve you. But it's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did one or the other.
There is no God in doing everyone's God. Everyone's God. Everyone's God.
The church in America is going to suffer so terribly. And we laugh now, but they will come after us, and they will come after our children. They will close the net around us while we are playing soccer mom and soccer dad, while we are arguing over so many little things and mesmerized by so many trinkets. The net even now is closing around you and your children and your grandchildren, and it does not cause you to fear. You will be isolated from society, as has already happened. Anyone who tries to run for office who actually believes the Bible will be considered a lunatic until finally we are silenced. We will be called things that we're not and persecuted not for being followers of Christ, but for being radical fundamentalists who do not know the true way of Christ, which of course is love and tolerance. You'll go down as the greatest bigots and haters of mankind in history. They've already come after your children, and for most of you, they got them. They got them through the public schools and indoctrination, and the university and indoctrination, and then you wonder why your children come out not serving the Lord. It's because you fed them right into the devil's mouth. So little by little, the net is closing around, and then it's not little by little. Look how fast things are going downhill just in a matter of weeks. But at the same time, know this: persecution is always meant for evil, but God always means it for good. And is it not better to suffer in this life, to have an extra weight of glory in heaven? You must settle this in your mind. This is the one thing I want to say over and over. Down through history, you have a wrong idea of martyrdom and persecution. You think that these men were persecuted and martyred for their sincere faith in Jesus Christ. That was the real reason, but no one heard that publicly. They were martyred, and they were persecuted as enemies of the state, as bigots, as narrow-minded, stupid people who had fallen for a ruse and can contribute nothing to society. Your suffering will not be noble. So your mind must be filled with the Word of God when all people persecute you and turn on you. This is no game. You want revival and awakening, but know this. For the most part, great awakenings have come only preceding great national catastrophes or the persecution of the church. I believe God is bringing a great awakening, but I believe that He is raising up young men who are strong in trust in the providence of God to be able to wade through the hell that's going to break loose on us. And it will be on us before we even recognize it. Unless in God's providence, He is not done. He is not done.
All right. What is going on? What's up, everyone? Steve JMO. It is the 21st of March, 2022. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. What's going on? I got Jen here with us. What's happening, Jen?
Not much. I suppose we're not having a third tonight with us? Third
not
person?
at the moment. No, it doesn't seem as if.
Okay. No, I just thought I was hoping that, you know, our surprise guest would be on tonight.
That's okay.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's good to be on with you. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too. It's been good, but you know, it is what it is. But what's been happening in Jen's world? What's happening in the Truth Seeker community? Besides all the BS.
They were chemtrailing the fuck out of us today. I mean, like making up for all the nice, clear, beautiful days that we've had over last week. I mean, they were just hitting us hard. I sent you some stuff in the messages because we used to cover chemtrails a lot and all this stuff way back when me and you first started. But today, when I looked up, there was a huge X over my house, and there was just planes left and right today going nuts. So that was a little disturbing.
They were just going in?
Yeah, hard, like really hard. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, they've been spraying a lot lately, too, in my area.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it was obscene. It really was. And it was obscene to look up and see all that. It was just like, I was speechless. I hadn't seen that much activity at the same time consistently happening for a while now. So,
yeah, it was that heavy.
Yeah, I got some good photos because it was right at sunset, of course. But it was most of the day, most of the afternoon too, from like 3 o'clock high on to the rest of the afternoon. It was heavy chemtrail, and it was just disgusting.
Yeah,
they're getting ready for something.
I got some good videos, or not videos. I think I got some good pictures of some chemtrails that I sent to myself a couple of weeks ago. But they've been doing their best to just go on it as heavy as they can. There we go. All right. That's everyone in the chat, I think. Just giving you guys all the click shout out.
I gotta get back to the chat here and say hi to everybody.
Where are we on Rockfin?
We're multi-streaming. I have to learn how to multi-stream. I don't know how to do that. It's so low tech.
Yeah, I can show you after. It's not too hard. You just set them up in the StreamYard background. But we got a couple people on Rockfin, and for everyone, just saying now, this show we're gonna, at least here on YouTube, we're gonna show some of all the footage that I took yesterday and today of some crazy graveyard and some old world looking stuff. So we're going to look at that here on YouTube, but then we're going to migrate over to Rockfin so we can talk about some of the stuff that I was on your channel last week, Jen. I talked about some stuff there. I feel like I should bring a couple of those things back up because there's a new treaty going around. There's, all all this crazy stuff. You got the food famine. I don't know, I don't know how far we can talk about that stuff on YouTube, so I'm not pushing the button, but I know we can present our images and our videos hassle-free for the most part. So we're gonna show some of that in a little bit. But before we do that, let me get some of this out of here. I got all this stuff open. Here, let's look at some of your photos first, Jen, because I have a couple photos that I could just throw right on top of these as well.
Okay.
So let me get to you. Is that full screen? Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty big. Yeah, that's what it's honestly. I think this looks like a photo that I took years ago, like identical. That's crazy. They've been spraying it like up here. That's been up here for so long. It's just terrible.
On the way to get my husband about an hour, not even an hour ago, like maybe like 40 minutes ago. So I'm like snapping that as I'm driving, and you can't see it, but there's another line even above me, even, if I pointed the camera up more, but that was towards the sun.
Yeah, and it's always at sunset they start to hit it even harder. And at this rate, you look at the sky, it's like, I think you guys did your job. And then you'll see a new one spraying. It's like, just chill the fuck out. You get the memo.
I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, they're just on straight up overkill.
Yeah.
Look at that. X marks the spot. You can't miss that.
Exactly. And everything you see there is all manufactured. None of it's real. It's not, none of it's God-given. It's just all man-made crap.
That's crazy. Look at all that.
Yeah.
Blocking out the sun for what reason?
Oh, and I'd like to point out the crappy architecture that we build today along the side of the road. You don't see any gorgeous buildings or nothing. And nothing's built more than this normal sized doorways for people. Just say it.
Plastic and wood, baby. That's it.
Yeah. No 20-foot high doorways and all this stuff to get into something.
Look at this. Look at that place.
Yeah, this is on my street before I left.
Wow. Crazy streak. And I mean, within 20, 30 minutes, this little streak, guys, is going to turn into this and this and all this. It just spreads out. There could be some sort of like mesh or tech in there, but, I'm not one to go that far.
Just like from looking at chemtrails when they first lay the line and then going back and looking at it maybe 10, 15 minutes later, seeing how it traversed the sky a little bit and it's spread out. Or if there's no wind, it'll kind of sit where it is for a little bit, but then it'll start to spread apart. And then looking at it maybe a half an hour later when it's moved over a little bit more and spread. We know the different levels of spread on these chemtrails. We know that when we see it, even without the lines left, that it's a murky mess and it was originally once chemtrails. This is the same thing with melted bricks. I'm just saying, it's the same comparison. We know the different levels of melt and heat damage and what it looks like at each stage. And this X here was perfect. And then not even half an hour later, it was over more and all spread out. And I could show my mother as it went through the sky across my house, how it pulls apart and it winds up looking like the rest of the sky in the background.
Look at that.
Yeah, right over my house, there's a big X.
Right through the sun, of course. The sun's looking awfully white.
It was it was so obscene to see all this. It was just, and the fact that nobody still notices it till to this day. It's like most people have no idea, or they just don't even care. They do, what difference does it make in my life? That whole scenario.
I often wonder, Jen, do they just look up and still see like puffy blue clouds and, blue skies? Do they still see that, or has this been normalized so hard?
It's been normalized so much. They see this stuff coming out of the airplanes and it's staying there, and they see that the airplane, but a lot of the people think that these are commercial airplanes that are just traversing the sky, going from airport to airport. They don't realize that this is an actual spray program, or maybe they do to a certain extent now because they've been propagandized and everything's coming out, you know, the externalization of everything. But for the most part, back when I was talking to a lot of the vets and stuff, sometimes before I would ask them about the JFK stuff, I would notice, you know, the sky and ask them about it. And a lot of them would give me the answer that it's just the jets flying and stuff, like as if it was natural to them too. And I'm like, and then I got to explain to them what condensation is. I mean, that's ridiculous. They're, you know, some of them are pilots or were pilots, retired and stuff. But I was surprised to get that answer from a few people. I'm like, are you like, you must be brainwashed as well, because clearly that's not what it is.
Right.
I don't know. And then when they came out with persistent contrails, you know, to, you know, compensate for the length of time that they're sitting in the sky. Oh, they're just persistent contrails. Are you fucking kidding me?
A little more water in here. Look.
Oh, yeah.
This is from my neighborhood the other day. Big old X. Can't miss it. Right outside the cemetery. The creepy one.
Did you get the entrance to the cemetery? Is that the one that you're going into, or is this a different one?
This is a different one, and no, honestly, like, we did so many other crazy things today, and I completely forgot about that. Just like in Spartanburg, some lady let us into, like, her crazy, like, old world house. It was wild.
Yeah, Marika said something here that they're, you know, they're conditioning people to think that they're combating global warming. You know, well, now that's what it is. It's all good, you know, and we're shouting from the rooftops for years and years and years. I remember photographing this shit, my first chemtrail in Florida. What was it, 2007? Once I figured out what they were and looked them up, I went outside my house and there was a big X across my above my house then in Florida. It was one of the very first ones I ever took.
And I remember when I first started to notice them. It's crazy.
I noticed them when I would take a trip between Fort Myers and Naples. I would drive down 75. We had friends in Naples. And, you know, it's a straight run on 75. And it's clear blue sky in Florida. And there would just be this white line parallel on the highway, like almost every time we went down there. And I'm like, what the fuck are with these white lines? So I didn't know what to look up. I just looked up white lines in the sky or lines in the sky, something simple and rudimentary. I had no clue.
Down the rabbit hole.
I had no clue what rabbit hole I was going down. And then I was like, are you, what? And I found this one chemtrail site. God, this was back in the day, but it was a good one. It had every place around the world. People sent in pictures. It would be like Germany, Spain, Austria, South America. People posting all their pictures. You can click on any country, any city in any country, and you would get all the chemtrail pictures that people were taking then in those areas. And this was way back in the day. I don't even know. I don't even remember the site anymore, but it was like my open, because it opened me up to the fact that this was, at the time I thought, a global thing taking place. Clearly it's plain wide. It's happening everywhere. That was even more shocking to me. You know, I thought it was something local to my area, and I'm like, this shit's happening everywhere. So yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm just scrolling real quick. I'm just trying to see something. That's not popping up. That's okay.
I can't wait to see this footage.
Oh, it's so crazy. So let me
the cemetery. Listen, the cemetery that I visited up in Philly when I went to visit my grandpa's grave, and we were tooling around the graveyard and stuff and looking at stuff. I got that little video. I don't even know where it's at anymore. Do you remember where I went in that little door thing and it led down the steps? It was like a tower.
Yeah.
And it was like, I couldn't go down the steps, but there was an underground. I mean, there was definitely some underground shit going on in the cemetery.
Oh, I could assure you that's probably a fact. Yeah. Definitely. I'm just trying to find like a quick image of the front gate. I don't know if I'll be able to find it.
So I've been watching a show called The Man in the High Castle, and it's pretty good. Watching it for research purposes / entertainment purposes. But I find it interesting. I haven't gotten to season 3 yet, but apparently in season 3, spoiler alert, they blow up the Statue of Liberty. So that should be interesting. It's definitely an interesting show. And there's this alternate reality kind of thing going on as well, where, you know, they're living in the time where the Germans and Japanese won the war and they pretty much took over the whole world.
Yeah.
So it's not looking too good. It picks up in 1961 or 62, but nothing's developed since the war. It looks like they're still in the late 40s, early 50s. You know, there's no new cars. There's no like change in style or anything. There's no cultural mindsets of, you know, like the hippie age starting or anything. Nothing like that. It's just all like Nazi Germany, Gestapo's. I'm sorry, I probably couldn't even say that on here. But that's what their name is, right? They're Nazis. So I should be able to call them what they are. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But yeah, crazy stuff. All right.
Yeah, it's an interesting show.
What I'm looking for. But yeah, that show, you were telling me about that earlier. That stuff sounds mad crazy.
Oh, Deborah O'Connor is asking about Dogman. I have not heard Dogman at all yet, but I'm always listening. Right now, I'm sitting by the window. I got my window open, cracked here. So if he's over there and starts yelling, I'll hear him.
Holy crap.
We'll have to bring out the Dogman stuff again one day soon, in case there's new people who haven't heard my Dogman recordings.
You know what's crazy?
Oh, no. Don't tell me you lost this stuff.
No. I just can't find like the front gate, like the gate that I saw, but I just found like the original front gate to this place. So I guess we'll use that, but just want to let everyone know this is not my photo here. If I can re-find it. Oh no. Come on, did I just lose it? Oh no, it's right there. I'm so stupid. There we go. All right. Wow, if it looked like this, I probably wouldn't have went in the cemetery, honestly. Because it was just the creepiest vibe in this place. So like, let me like break down like the whole like backstory. So I just had to bring up all the stuff real quick. But so me and Marika, I'm sure everyone in the chat knows who that is. We were just chilling out, just like, you know, smoking a couple Dutches or whatever. And we were just going on a little day adventure, and like we drove by some like cool stuff before, and somehow, some way, like we ended up in like the flats of like Springfield, like imagine like the worst part of Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where we were in like Springfield. Like we were just taking a left, taking a right, not really paying attention where we're driving. Mostly,
you're like, oops, wrong turn.
Yeah. Well, I'm like looking like, because like I was like on my phone like for a second too. Then I like just shot up. I was like, wait, where the F are we? Because I'm looking to my left, and like, I mean, for like it just like dawned on me. I was like, for the last like 40 seconds, like it's just been straight like cemetery. I'm like, where are we? I'm like, why does this place look so crazy? And like couldn't really like, you know, find like the front gate. So we got in a different way. Not gonna disclose how, but we got into that place. So we get in there. I mean, it took us like 45 minutes to like drive around, like not the whole place, but like find a gate that wasn't just like rusted shut or whatever. And you could tell no one's been buried at this cemetery for quite a long time. So it just struck my like intrigueness. And like, and the funny thing is, like, I've never seen a cemetery that like had barbed wire around the entire like perimeter of it. Like very crazy. And like as far as you could see, just obelisk and obelisk in this place, like tiered down and tiered down. I don't want to give too much away, but let's let me get this up real quick. Let me see where the first photos are. Okay, see, those are the last photos. I gotta go the opposite way. So give me 1 minute.
Got allergies?
Yeah, they're killing me. I was just playing with the dog, and she freaking just got haircut, all that shit.
Yeah, allergies are starting to kick up here already.
All right. Perfect. So I think Is this the first video? Sorry, I just gotta make sure like where we are. This is definitely not the first video. Okay. I don't know where the first like initial video of us walking in here is, but it's all good. All right. Can you view this? Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so basically I'm pretty sure. I think like the next like 10 or 15 pictures. So you see how there's houses in the background, right?
Uh-huh.
This is street level. This entire like all the stuff you're about to see until like I say otherwise is all that street level, like the level where the rest of like civilization is in this neighborhood. You know, so just keep that like very in mind, all right? And like throughout this cemetery, there's a bunch of little crazy things like this, you know, little morgues or whatever.
And they just say a name and that's it, nothing else. And look at those iron crosses on either side of that name.
Yeah, there's a bunch of crazier looking crosses too, not just those, but there was some like Rosicrucian ones and a lot of like Celtic looking ones too. Definitely. But here, let me wrong way. Yeah, look at this thing. It reminded me of like a miniature like San Francisco. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That one little part there.
Uh-huh.
And like the crazy part about this, so you know where this is located. So you remember, and everyone in the chat, I hope you guys do remember this, but there's that giant old Freemasonic hall with the big ass pillars and the double-headed eagle. Just and it had the Latin on top. It said it was built out of light or something. You remember that building I showed you guys a while ago?
Uh-huh.
So literally, like not this side of the street, but on the far side of the cemetery, because the cemetery, like I said, tears down, just like that road tears down. It's on the right. It's literally in the backyard, like. From the top tier, I could tee up a golf ball and definitely make it there, like without a doubt. Like that's how close it is, and I feel like there's some tunnels that definitely lead there, and I'll show you why I think that later on. But yeah, this place was just very, very crazy, to say the least. You know, just old world as hell, and it was just shouting, just
that dome there could have had tech on top, even.
Oh, it could have, yeah.
Look how ornate it is. Scroll back in on the rim of it there. Look at that ornate around it and stuff. Wow.
Yeah, just for you know,
a memorial or something.
For a memorial, yeah. That's it.
Interesting. Look at those columns. Wow.
I know. Perfect, and they're stone too. I knocked on all the columns. Had to make sure. I could see people trying to dupe us, you know, but they're not.
Now, what's this thing here?
The Corona Reef.
Wow.
There's definitely something else here. Maybe like the ultimate pillar in the middle, perhaps, you know?
Wow.
If you look at it from like back here, it's directly in the middle. So something else was definitely taken out of there. And they just put this little plaque with this dude's name on it, Alfred, you know?
Right, yeah.
1925. That's what they say. I don't quite believe it.
Wow, look at this one.
Yeah, this one's really crazy, Jen, because like, doesn't it look like this is like an old world building and it's getting swallowed up by like a mount, by like the mountains falling into it? Dude, this looks like melted buildings, you know?
It's like a melted building headstone.
Yeah, isn't that so crazy?
It's crazy. Look, Seymour. It's like Seymour. Get it? Oh my God. Now see, this is what cracks me up. You got these. Well, first off, that looks like an SS Eagle up there. I'm just saying, but these little mortuaries or whatever they're called here, these above ground crypts, have a name and that's it. Day. That's it. No, nothing else. No other markings. No, when they lived, when they died, who survived them, nothing.
And most of them, they're built right into the side of like a mud mountain, you know?
And why has it got to have two degen pillars there? Why can't it just be the stonework in the doorway? You know, like why all of them have these pillars like this? That's crazy.
The SS Eagle, yep, or whatever it is, the Phoenix. And like I say, look at it, just built into it, you know?
built into it, or it's
Yeah, well, it is now. It looks as if it
Yeah.
is, but you could tell like everything slid into it.
All right.
Look at
What?
this.
Dude, it's a cracked obelisk.
It's a cracked and very old obelisk. So people have that misconception, where
It looks melted.
it looks wooden, Jen.
It
That's
does
how
look
old
wooden. Is it wood?
No, it's not wood.
Wow.
It's not wood. And because I've seen examples of this, like at this reservoir that's not too far from here, and like there's an entire tier that looks identical to that. And people are like, oh, it's just layers of wood and all the tree roots. And I'm like, dude, no, it's not. It's so much more than that. I'm like, this is indistinguishable from wood if we just zoomed in and only showed this. And I mean, people think it's wood, but it's not. It's part of the building that was where the reservoir was. I'll show you more of that like in a later stream for sure. But I saw this, and this is confirmation and definite evidence I can use to support that for that theory, at least at that place.
Up top, it looks really damaged too, like where the tech
Oh
would have
yeah,
been.
I think it got hit by lightning, but that's
Something
just my
happened to that
opinion.
sucker.
Yeah, I thought this one was fucking kind of big, so I took a picture of it. It was
Wow.
huge. Yeah, some of these suckers were like 20 feet tall. Yeah, huge ass obelisk. And like, here's a perfect example. So, I mean, all these photos, I thought they'd be in order, but they're clearly not. But at this point, we get to the bottom of the cemetery, and you can see here, Jen, how it tears up. It tears up. It tears up. It tears up.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude. That is pretty nuts.
Like, you could tell that there is like definite like structure under this land, but like mudslide came in or melted land came in, whatever,
Yeah.
fucked up ass land came in. And the funny thing is, like, at least in this area, like all the trees are well under like 200 years old. So what does that tell you?
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then it looks like it goes down even further.
Yeah, in the back. I think a couple more photos in a minute will show that.
Wow.
But I just want to show people like it tears and tears and tears. And wow, I didn't even see this. The obelisk is cracked in half. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, that fell over. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if there was any tech exposed on the inside there.
Fucking could have been. That's crazy. Look at these, Jen.
This.
Those are some stairs that are fucking cooked into the side of like like I said, like it all just teared down to the bottom. Where's to the bottom here, and these stairs, they're right over here on the other side of this brush, and you could just tell how the land just moved in on it, just like the stairs were fine, they were all good, and then next thing you know, the land is just pushing everything, and now the stairs are parallel almost.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And I do have a example or evidence of actual parallel stairs, like 90-degree stairs that are just stacked on top of each other because they all got pushed on top of each other. I don't know who this guy is, but just crazy old statue.
Wow. That's a pretty cool pedestal there. Look at that thing. Wow.
Those snake heads, I didn't see that then.
Those snake heads, dude? What?
That's so creepy.
Wow.
Yeah, look at this bad there. This thing's huge.
Oh, yeah. That's what she said. Wow, look at that.
Like half the mound is like buried. I don't know. I thought it was crazy. Yeah, better photo of it with the light. And even this one's starting to deteriorate and start looking all wooden and whatnot.
It's old sucker. That is so crazy looking.
I know. This whole place was so spooky, but it's literally called Springfield Cemetery, if anyone in the chat is wondering. And this is where they do like the ceremonies and shit or whatever,
Wow, it's crazy how castle-like it is and stuff.
It is. Look at the spire.
Wow.
Incredible, huh?
Yeah, that is really cool. I wonder what it looks like in there. I bet there's a lot going on underground that thing.
There is, because there's an underground tunnel underneath the mound that it's on. And I may or may not have got into it. Wink, wink. But once again, look at how it tears up, tears up, tears up. And right here, Jen, there it is. Parallel stairs. so devastated, they got parallel. The land came in this way, you know?
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's part of a wall.
It is now, but you
Yeah.
can tell they're just stairs because they're in line with all these other stairs. But
Right.
they're so fucked, you know? And like,
Yeah,
but look at the wall. Yeah, I was gonna say, look at the wall next to it. What's that? That's not ground, guys. That's bricks.
Yeah, it's bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah.
It's bricks in the ground. Why would that be? Well, that's because underneath all of this is just bricks, not bodies, bricks. You don't bury bodies on a mound. Say an earthquake happens, they're all falling over, you know?
Yeah, I've never seen one like with the tiers like that. That's very strange.
It's the entire place. Like from the top tier, Jen, to the bottom tier, where the underground cave may be. It's literally like it'd probably be like 100, 200 foot drop.
Wow.
Like that's how big it is. Yeah. From top to bottom, from street, that in the top tier, remember, is street level in this neighborhood. And I feel the bottom level would bring you street level with the Freemasonic Temple. And there's crazy little like mortuaries or whatever they're called on the side of that mountain, cooked into that mountain on the right hand side. So like it would line up parallel to the back of those crazy Freemason halls.
Is
Yeah,
that
once
church?
again-
Remember that church that you went to that was buried half underground? The picture showed the whole church, though.
Yeah.
Is that near here?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering.
There probably is one, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, there looks like some pretty old headstones back there too.
Yeah. Once again, just another example, guys. Like, what graveyard tears down, you know? And why would it tear down? Just doesn't make sense.
I agree.
I don't know. We found this, like, random-looking thing.
Iron horse?
Yeah, it was like a
It was
cat or something. I don't know.
It was just sitting there against the tree.
Yeah. And this is from, like, the tunnel itself. It was pretty cool. Like, I'll show that in a little bit, but that's just like, oh, yeah, so this is the floor, Jen. It's all tile like this, original tile, but what's underneath all this tile, Jen? What's that?
It looks like brick.
More bricks. It's more bricks. It's so crazy. So let me
Red motherfucking brick.
let me shoot back here a little bit. Okay, that's from today. Don't look at that. Don't look at those. Yeah. So I think this is a video, but I don't know if it's from today or if it's from yesterday. I don't remember. Let's see. I think I'm just walking up. Yeah, these crazy ass stairs that are just melted. Like, look at these stairs. I know it's sideways, but this is the one video I didn't record sideways.
So there's tile on the ground and then they asphalted over some of it? What's all that?
There's like designs and like whatever on these random stairs.
It's like they're covering up some stuff.
Oh, yeah, they have to be. I mean, this is in walking distance of the Freemasonic Hall. I highly suspect crazy things have happened here, like wicked things. All right, let me exit here for a second. I do have more to show. Oh, speaking of the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Hey.
Man, sorry, screen sharing, but I had a feeling I knew you were there, but I had no actual real proof you were there.
You felt a presence in the force?
Yeah.
Are you getting a feedback? I want to make sure because
I am now. Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. All right, let me see if I can turn this down a little here. I'm trying to do this. Does that help any or no?
That's
not
better.
too bad.
Yeah, that's better.
We can live with that if you can still hear me. Okay.
Yeah, you sound all right.
I sound
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Well, the sun revolved around me one more year.
Oh yeah, it's your birthday. That's right. Everyone say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you much. Yeah, I'm getting I'm pulling away from you both, but you know, hey, you'll catch up one day.
Well, I'm not too far behind, I don't think.
No. Yeah.
So what's new with you?
Oh, just, I don't know. The other day I did 4 hours and then I didn't feel like talking for a couple of days.
Yeah, man, those 4-hour shows will do that to you.
Oh, it's
And
nuts.
there, done that.
Right. And so that's about it. And then just hanging out. My mother-in-law came by, so we're just hanging out here. So
Nice.
yeah, just chilling. And what we wanted for dinner for me was pizza, and the restaurant's closed today for Monday for some reason.
Piece of pizza.
So yeah, piece of pizza. Yeah, cause see that thing keeps getting in my head too, Steven. I keep telling because Steve called me one day. It's like, why do I have that little Caesars thing in my head? It says because I remember I thought I would talk about we're in the short season SOS of Satan. What it's actually called the little season, and it always makes you think of Little Caesars pizza, and so in honor of that, we were wanting pizza. So now my beautiful wife is making it, so you can't ask for that better than that. So
nice.
So I figured I'd come up here and chill with you all. Thanks for the link.
Yeah,
Heck
man,
yeah.
no problem.
Are we going to walk through more cemeteries? I want to see more of that. That was awesome.
I'm just waiting for a couple more videos to download because I don't want to. I thought they all downloaded, but I guess some of them didn't send, which is pretty unfortunate.
I'm just waiting on a friend.
I know. I can't believe. I do have the other video, but it wouldn't.
I'm gonna have to talk to whoever books me on these shows. This one's really not organized at all.
It was all organized except for these last 6 videos. Everything else was.
I used to try that in high school, and it never worked for me either.
Oh, look, see, they're all trying to send at once, which is why we're having issues. I don't know why the algorithm can't just send them one at a time. Shout out to Facebook.
And I see all you wonderful people in the chat. Thanks for all the wonderful.
We got 60 people here on YouTube, and we got a handful on Rockfin. We got 14 people. What's going on, guys?
Whoop, whoop.
We just got another donation. Thank you for that. Who's that? Matt Prince. Thank you. I forget who else tipped earlier. Who was it? It was Patrick. Good old Patrick. Thank you. And once again, I mean, you guys are tipping on Rockfin. I do appreciate that. I have no fucking idea how to get that money.
My money's still sitting in there too.
Okay, raise your hand if you're a content creator and your money's still sitting there because we don't know how to get it.
Yeah.
Brian's laughing at us. He's the only one that knows how to work all this stuff. None of the rest of it.
I thought I knew, and I went to do it, and it was it won't fill my order. I'm like, it's only $50. I can't buy $50 of Litecoin to convert into money. It's
it tells me.
Yeah.
You gotta have more than that. I'm like,
and then it says, hey, someone, beautiful person tipped you with $50 on Rockfin. Excellent. And then when you go look at it at the end of the month, Rockfin coin is down, so you actually have $35.
Oh yeah, yeah. My total tips from last month were maybe $60 or $65, and I have a total of $41 sitting in my account. And it's decreasing by the minute.
Yeah, I know, and I hate bitching about it because then they can do a super chat. Well, PayPal, not super chat. I mean, a YouTube. First of all, they take their Satan cut 33 1/3, and then it takes them 4 months if you get it. And then, it's all
my channel. My channel. I don't know what a channel is. My channel is it was never even eligible for. I put those 2 words together. My channel wasn't eligible for monetization ever. Yeah, or super chat.
Mine either. Never.
Yeah. Well, hey, it ain't nothing. Again, please, people, this is just we're discussing it. It's not whining, but it's funny because mine is. But what do they do? So what I try to do is I'll go, okay, look, I'll do one I like. I'll put one commercial at the beginning. You could skip it. It's the least amount of money you could do, but they get me something. But no. So what happens? First thing off the bat, if I say I want to monetize it, they say okay. They say okay. It's not up for regular ads, so you have to have a manual review. Well, it takes usually 3 days for them to manually review it. By then, it's already been viewed. And then they give me a letter. Okay, it's ready to be monetized. And then 10 people watch it. So, at the end of the month, it says you made $4.65, whatever. But it's funny. What are we going to do? There's the biggest audience here. So I use it maybe more as a commercial. and to get the word out to more people, right? Because I can do everything on Rockfin and talk freely, but it is a smaller audience, unfortunately. But it's some new audience, so that's good.
Yeah, mine always says it cannot process the fees or cannot calculate the fees right now.
Yeah.
That's because we know what you talk about. Feed out,
and I'm
feed
like,
in.
every time I've tried it, it says that. It's like
feed out, feed in, lady. That's why.
Yeah, I think I don't know exactly what the issue is, but I get that same notification, Jen. I just think it's just like maybe you have to have like a decent amount to carry over. You can't just bring over like $40 or whatever.
No, I'm trying to convert like $143. I can't.
Oh, which one? Oh, you're talking about Rockfin?
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah.
We tried to go to Ethereum or whatever, and
yeah, I tried Sheeb, I tried Ethereum, I tried like Bitcoin Wrap, whatever that means. Yeah. And it can't calculate the fee for some reason.
Somebody somewhere knows, but we just don't know.
We'll figure it out. We gotta get someone. Brian knows, hopefully. Somebody's got to be taking their money out of Rockfin.
Yeah, no crap.
Oh, crazy world we live in. That's all I know.
All right, we only got 2 more videos that are sending, so that's cool.
Happy 80th birthday, says RT.
Wow.
I see a cow. I see you,
wow.
Mr. Cow.
I like that shirt you're wearing, CFM. You look pretty handsome in that shirt there. Yeah, did Jeannie pick that out for you?
No, this is a manly shirt. I'm sure. No, of course she must have. Of course.
I like it. Yeah. It's good.
Oh, look, I got full screen.
There you go. Looking spiffy tonight.
Like Tim Allen.
Right? That's funny. I know. It's been so long since I watched this show.
Those weird noises he would make. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what he would do. Don't listen to me.
So Steve gets a hold of me just before the show, says, "Hey, I got great stuff to show you." Okay, and here we are.
There's only one more sending. Hold on.
Oh, I see. Alice thinks you have beautiful hair. He does.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does. Jen has beautiful hair too. I'm the only one that's, or whatever. I don't care.
No, your hair looks good too, CFM. I know DJ was complimenting on you on the other night.
She did the other night. She did. I saw that. And Juan Torres, I look very CFM-ish. Nice. I don't know what that means.
Rather suspect if I.
I would say so too. I might send a few Moai after him.
Ooh, guy's gonna wake up with Moai in his backyard.
Yeah.
We found some melted Moai.
I saw that.
That was a cool picture, right?
This stuff just follows us. Okay, what do we got?
Oh, they're harmless.
Well, for now, we'll see.
The one shows up in your front yard and doesn't leave.
Yeah, exactly. And I see Wicked Good Wish, but I'll never be able to type that off of my phone. But thank you for that.
Why is all your stuff sideways?
Yeah, what the heck, man? Are you in Australia?
Well, there you go.
You told me to take my phone and put it sideways, and that's what I did. So I don't want to hear shit.
I did comment on that, didn't I?
Well, this one looks good.
I actually put it in a video, Jen. Did you know that? I have a video where I mentioned he never puts it in he's always this way.
That's why I told him. I said, put your phone sideways in video, and I didn't expect this to happen.
I did.
What did you do, mister?
I don't know. You guys told me to put my phone sideways.
Wait a minute. How did you do that?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Everyone just tilt your head to the side, okay? That's what I'm doing right now.
My neck is hurting.
I'm doing that right now.
Mad annoying.
Can't we rotate it somehow?
I don't know.
No setting thing. Rotate.
I think did you download this video, Steve?
No.
You should be able to rotate it.
I didn't download it. I just sent it to my messenger.
Look at that thing. Wow.
Right.
This kind of fucking sucks. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. It's kind of entertaining in a way.
Well, when you were looking at the screen, was it sideways like that?
Was he tilting his head when he walked? I'm sorry, Steve.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Look at that. No. Shit. Okay, so who's that?
I don't know.
He's all muffed up now.
He's upset. Well, you can turn this. How long?
I'm just
How
gonna
big?
turn my laptop
Yeah,
side.
I could just turn my laptop and yeah, all's well.
I'm sorry, Steve. I thought you knew what I was talking about when I said to turn your phone sideways.
No, you
Like
said
this.
turn your phone, so I did.
This
Well,
is
that one's okay.
No, this one's good. Wow, look at this. What is that? A castle?
It's like that little castle I was telling you about. Yeah. And it's all on the bottom. This is like the bottom of the whole place. These random little stairs. Some stairs. Stairs in the grass.
Did you go in there in that little door?
Not there, no.
Oh, I wonder where that goes. Did this have a name on it? Did this have a name?
No, that one had nothing on it, but this is one of the doors that I suspect that just because, see, there's houses here. On the other side of the street is the back lot to that Freemasonic hall. So I suspect, honestly, and there's
I've seen enough Supernatural. You don't want to go in that door.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Bad shit comes out of that door.
We're gonna gank some demons.
And there was like 2 or 3 more of these upon the same side. Yeah.
And they don't have names or nothing?
Not most of them, no. Just look at how like the land was just sliding on top of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like all the way down. Like, you don't just build that into the side. Like, give me a break.
Wow. Look at that window.
They took out all the stained glass, yeah. Meant to mention that, yeah.
A big beam of light that probably comes out of there.
Look at the triangles all over it. I wonder what's in the... Can you see what's inside the little triangles?
No, I didn't look in there.
What's this little door for? Who's that? Who's going in there?
I don't know. See, I was confused too. There's like these 3 little like things here, or 4 little.
Does that say Robinson?
That one actually had a name on it. Yeah, that's why I said most of them didn't. But yeah, this one did.
Robinson, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let me see what this video is.
Yeah, most of these don't have dates on them, D. Smith. They're lucky if you find a name on some of these things. Most of them don't even have that.
Yeah, this one was like off to the side. If you can like kind of see this, like we're going like through the woods and like up a tier, and like there's still just like more stuff like in the woods.
So these trees are about 200 years old, you think? These type of trees? Some of the bigger ones?
Maybe not those trees, but I know like the average like older tree around here is roughly that age. The oldest tree in Massachusetts is 350 years old, and it's not too far from my house. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this place. There was probably like up to 200, maybe 300 obelisks in this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking obelisks.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 miles like big, this cemetery. I was there for like 2 hours. It was crazy. But let me see if we can get a better video. I can't believe they all suck. It's so shitty.
Oops, sorry.
It's my fault.
It is Jen's fault.
It is
but
really
I did my best not to laugh.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
That is tech all day long. See, they didn't cover it up. You know how some of them have those 4 sides, the opening cover it up with like a plaque or something?
Yeah.
Here you can see right through it. Wow.
Yeah, it's right outside this like castle looking building too.
That is really cool. Look, there was something in the center.
Oh yeah. Hold on, where's the next video? Was it here? Oh no, that is it. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like a random little like pedestal with something missing in the center.
Oh yeah, I bet there's something missing. It was probably tech. Usually they put a bust in there, or they'll just close up all 4 openings and put like it looks like white cement that they put in there. You can tell it's newer than the old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff.
That's
this
really good.
Crazy.
Is there anything on it? Like no dates or nothing?
No, nothing. It was just like right outside this like construction zone. Like there's bobcats and storage units, and then this thing.
That's nuts.
And then more obelisk and tiers and just crazy fucking stuff. Such a wild place.
Hmm.
Oh, we'll get there in 1 second. Oh, so you can see.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
That's how many obelisks there are. Look at all that stuff.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
This is an obelisk graveyard right here. It's just
nice.
like,
I see
imagine all of these out front of people's houses and all these buildings and stuff. Like we see in the entranceways of these large doorways, there would be 2 obelisks flanking the doorways. They got to put all this shit somewhere.
Someone came out. Oh, God.
Holy crap, he got out.
Yeah, that gave me like the eeriest feeling. I'm like, we shouldn't be here. This thing freaked me out.
Look at that Baphomet. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's Baphomet, all right, for sure. What the F, bro?
Right next to something came out. Hey, did you guys see? I did 2 stories. There was a rock in China that cracked open that had a demon in it for 1,000 years.
Yes, dude, that was nuts.
Right? And then, Steve, I sent you an article when they burned down the Notre Dame. They're doing restorations. They found an ironclad sarcophagus under the floor.
Dude,
we gotta.
They didn't say what's in it. Yeah, check those both out.
I never. You never sent me that.
Yeah, I sent it.
Oh, is it email?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have that up. I'm sorry.
Well, no,
we'll check that up after for sure.
You didn't know I was going to bring it up, so that's fine.
Yeah, man.
Well, you said like you sent it to me a couple days ago.
Oh, I did, but that's right.
You know, it would be crazy if it was a giant ironclad sarcophagus, like, you know, Noah or something like big like that.
But see, that's the other thing. They just want to, if they announce it, they don't, and they show you a picture, it doesn't mean that's the one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they still, revelation of method, they're still telling you. And that thing with a demon escaping a rock in China after 1,000 years, like, what's that all about? Why is that news? So, again, something's going on. They never
have any good news. It's just shitty demon news all the time.
But they're masquerading it as these events. But I think stuff's going on, of course. And obviously, because now they're not even hiding it. Like, not regular news is saying, oh, a demon came out of a stone in China today. You know what I mean? It's like, and we're like, you crazy Bible person, you're talking about God and demons. Oh, okay, whatever.
Well, fucking demon's gonna fucking possess a whole gaggle full of moai, and they're gonna come marching up somebody's lawn one day. Watch.
Right? You listening, Juan Torres?
I'll be like, Jen, I woke up this morning, there was a moai in my backyard, and one's in the pool. Bobbing around.
That sounds like a song. There's a moai in the backyard, there's one in the pool.
All right, so
sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Real quick, yeah, back to real life.
Is that where we are?
I guess, yeah. So you saw what I was just showing you, Jen, that like thing that should be on top of a building with the tech on it. So like underneath it, about like 100 yards underneath it is this little place. What? This like creepy little cave looking thing. And you can tell, and real quick, you know, this stone that's out here, they redid this because under it is all bricks, and I'll show you after. It's all old. Like
is this like the beginning of like the movie The Conjuring or something? I don't know. It just looks really
Dude, I just watched The Conjuring earlier with my mom. How nuts is that you just said that?
Really? Because I've actually never seen that one. I picked that title out of nowhere.
You should watch it. You like it.
If you guys are like watching and notice, you could see there is
sorry.
It went through to the other side. No, it looks like there's opening on the other side.
Do it again.
There's an opening from above.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So check this out. Let me see if this is it. No. I love how they don't send an order.
All right, I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's whichever one downloads the quickest there.
Yeah, that's how they get you. All right, so yes, that's where we just were. You go all the way over there and up this like half a little hill, and on top is these little knobs. Look at those.
And
that's like an exhaust almost, right?
Perhaps
a release or an escape hatch.
So this is where the light's coming from over here?
Down here in this grate, yeah.
That Marika?
Looks like an oubliette.
You and your big words.
I have no idea what that
It's
means.
French. It's where you put someone to
Yeah.
forget about them. That's called
That's
an oubliette.
that's the vibe I got down there. I will not
Wow.
lie about that. I was like, I don't want to be in here any longer. Please help.
Like no one even questions why that's connected to a graveyard.
Right.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
So there was that.
Places I do not want to be on Halloween. This place.
So check this. This is from In the Great Gen. Look at it. It's an archway.
Oh, looking through it, I see.
Yeah.
Look at that brick. It's all muffed up.
That's why I had to get in there.
Well, hopefully not for real, but yeah.
You're not dying to get in there.
Yeah, right? Done. Where's your rim shot, guy? Hey, Jen, I was dying to get in there.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh, listen to you. Steve's like, there's no one.
Look at this thing. Steve, where are you at here on this now?
I went inside.
Dude, this is epic.
How do we? So
it's like a Star Wars.
How do we turn this? Let's see.
Is
this upside down? This is upside down. All right. One more way.
I could be the only one that laughed when Steve said, now this graveyard was on the side. I mean, come on. That was funny.
That'd be crazy.
That's what you did say that. I held it in, though.
It's all gravy, baby.
Why is this?
Yeah, you can take that video and put it in like just the free one that comes with the program and spin it and save it. I can't really do it on the show.
This whole tunnel thing is bricked out like this. It's like a mini Star Fort.
Edit. How about edit and photos? And then, I mean, you don't want to necessarily do a screen share on it, but you could edit it, turn it, and then watch it.
I'm like clicking on it, but nothing's happening.
Huh.
That's weird. Well,
maybe because you're watching it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, you're gonna have to. Let me just try this one more time. What exactly does this do?
Well, that means you can move the camera around as you play it, so it might make it even more confusing, which could be fun.
Oh yeah. Now I see what it's doing. I'm all set with that. All right. Well, you're gonna have to view this sideways.
We're good. I'm already tilted.
So they're using this as a storage unit of some sort, but really it's a tunnel, a brick tunnel leading to the other side.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Here, I'll turn the volume. I'll just kind of freak out the whole time. So I'm just expecting to get like bitten by some fucking like homeless old man.
That's some nice brickwork, though.
Yeah, and like, did you see? So you know how it bulged up on the top? That's where these lights are.
Interesting.
There's lights like a.
Oh, so that's like where you're looking. Okay.
Why would they have that there like that?
There? No idea, but
yeah.
Weird. Hey, it is Marika. Hey, Marika.
Hey, Marika.
Marika locked me in a cage, left me to die.
She took off.
Yeah. But like I was saying before, Jen, like all this is just like plaster, you know? Like it's all just a plaster wall. It's not real. They put that over the original brick.
Yeah. Yep. They
and
sure
did.
did.
Out of these little rooms and cubbies.
Right? Whitewash everything, right? Covered up.
Literally.
Yeah, there's probably more tunnels that go off to the side even maybe.
I think so. Not in the little cupboards, but the ones that are blocked off like this one here on the left you'll see. This
yeah, it looks like that arch, because the arch goes up. Like if you climbed up, you could probably look over that wall and see what's back there. Look at this shit. That's one of those plugs in the ground, in the ceiling.
But see that light, I think, is just an added thing. Whatever that was originally used for is definitely not that. You know?
Right. They just ran through some wire through the tunnel or something. Afterwards, I could see that. There's a bunch of equipment for that anyways, but yeah. No, this place was just gnarly, and there's just brickwork everywhere. And like, look at you see that, Jen? You know, I said the whole floor was tile.
Yep.
If you look here, you can see the designs that you would see in every old
Like-
world building.
Right,
the
like a
old
Greek
looking
Greek
thing.
key design, right?
Yeah, or whatever you call it. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
that in DC at the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
All that shit. I think
Now,
yeah.
why would they put that in there? Why would they be that fancy for that? You know what I mean?
Look
Are those
why
individual
would
little
you put
squares?
tile? Why would you put tile? What?
Those are tiny squares.
Yeah, they're
Individual
little
little
tiles.
squares.
Yeah.
It's like
They're
some
tiny.
it's like the mosaics you find in Pompeii.
Right.
Yeah.
They
The
look
ones
a
you find at the
mosaic
bottom of the
size.
sea floor. Yeah.
Look how
Yeah.
tiny they are. That takes a while.
Oh yeah.
And why would you build that for to just put dead people in or whatever? You know, doesn't make sense. Doesn't add up.
Yeah.
And little did I know that basically from where my mother works, which isn't too far from here, all the way down to downtown, there's an underground tunnel system.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's not a train, it's just a tunnel system?
Definitely not a train, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he tilted it on the side. Just tilt your head a little bit there. It's my mother-in-law watching.
Oh.
It's my fault. You can blame it on
I was
me.
gonna say just kick him
It's
from the
Jen's
chat.
fault. She knows who you are, actually. She likes you, Jen, by the way. She's watching right now. But yeah, it's Jen's fault.
Oh yeah, there's like a little random like Celtic cross in here in this little cubby hole.
Where?
Right there, you see it?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
We're all sitting with our heads tilted.
I know.
Trying to imagine, like, what is it? 71 people sitting here with our heads tilted right now.
We're gonna like tomorrow if we were into somebody and their heads tilted to the right or the left. Oh, would you watch the Steve and Jen last night? Yeah.
I gotta keep my neck. Oh. See, you always take something away from the show, even if it's a kick in the neck.
That's right. Hey, you take lemons, you make lemonade. Who's having more fun than us? Look at the bricks on the outside there.
Yeah, they're so muffed up. So what do you think like this was used for like originally? Because like why would there just be a random opening that's half a circle? And yeah, down there, Jen, right there.
What's that?
Underneath all the
More
tiles,
brick.
more bricks.
More brick.
So this is just like possibly this is the top floor, you know? And there's
You know what I
another
think?
layer
I
and
think this is
another
a
layer.
mud flooded area, and there's probably tunnels all over here, and they needed
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
to stick these fucking obelisks.
Well,
So
you
to
saw
cover
the
up
tiers.
whatever
Oh,
the building is, some of the stuff that's still sticking out that they call mortuaries now and stuff, they just put headstones around this stuff and maybe did bury some people here. But the rest of it just looks like old world tech that they're just storing here. I mean, I don't know for sure clearly, but I mean, why would you go through this much effort? Look at all that. It's just, that's a lot of fucking brick. And it probably layered upon layered upon layered. It's not just this first frontal wall.
Right. How far down does it go? That's where the slee sacks are. Somewhere down there.
Only they know.
Yeah, that was my yesterday adventure. The place was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
All these old busted ass bricks. You could tell they were whitewashed, but it all weared off.
I knew there was a lot of stuff going on underground in these cemeteries. If we could just figure ways into some of them, man, I bet there's just a whole labyrinth of stuff down there.
I mean, alternate ways. There's one way in a cemetery, but there's
Well,
no
yeah.
way in them. Yeah. If there are alternate ways.
But this here, this is what the original gates used to look like to this place.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
I'd probably be all sad. I probably wouldn't have went in there, to be completely honest with you guys.
Some guy in a black top hat and a Transylvania
That's all I see is like
accent
some
comes
dude with
in.
like a big hood on or something, you
Yeah.
know, like
Welcome
It's
to
the
a
entranceway.
cemetery.
It's like the entranceway to some castle palatial estate, and then you get in there and it's just, you know, obelisks and peaks of things sticking out, and then you have the
a
headstones.
collection of tech, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Such a scary. I don't know. It was such a scary vibe in that tunnel, or whatever you call
I
it.
can imagine.
That shit was so
And-
crazy.
That is
Juan,
really-
you don't know. Slee Stacks might have been very dexterous with 3 fingers. You don't know. You don't know. None of us know. Oh, we have another Jennifer. Hey, Jen.
Hey,
Might
Jen.
as well.
Shapu's in the house too. I see him. Hey, Shapu.
Oh, hey,
I
Shapu.
love the boots on the ground cemetery stuff. Steve, you've done so much cemetery stuff in your area and beyond. I actually don't have that many cemeteries around here, and the ones that we do have have a lot of room in them still. So I don't know where all the dead people are. I'm just saying. People are dying, even in the normal fashion rate of death, not concluding the whatever just happened these last 2 years. It's just the numbers don't add up.
2 words: Soylent Green.
There you go. There you go. But yeah.
Oh, and I can talk to you too, Stacy. Hi, Stacy Daisy. She says no one's talking to her. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. It's a new name. I don't recognize that name.
Yeah, it's new.
New name. Hey, Suso. Suso's in the house. Haven't seen you around in a while.
Suso and Grip. Yeah, what's
Suso.
up, buddy?
And Sun. Haven't seen you either in a while. Welcome.
Sun.
Hold on. So yeah, have you heard of this show, Stealing Fan Man, called The Man in the High Castle, or have you ever read the novel?
No, we watched the series last year, I think.
What did you think of it?
Oh, I think we lived there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the basic premise is that the Germans and the Japanese won World War II.
Yeah,
and that's what it seems like history is exposing to us, right? I mean, the stuff that Brian and you keep uncovering about that they bombed this and they bombed that, and everything's changing, and it's all about the Germans.
Yes, so, it's very strange how the Mandela effect has shifted his story, and everything seems to harken right back to Germany. And I'm on actually season 2 of that show, about to go into season 3. And I know in season 3 at some point they blow up the Statue of Liberty. That's interesting. It's like, these fucking Germans are crazy.
Yeah, they're nuts. But the thing is I don't remember what I was going to tell you about that. Yeah, it was an entertaining show. You know, we watch things now, part entertainment and part
educational
research, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm watching it partly for entertainment, partly for research.
I know what it was. I'm sorry, Steve. Oh, I know what it was. There's they play their national anthem or whatever really loud, over speakers, and we live near a base, and I find out whoever is the commander, whatever you call it at the base, they decide, and the new guy, he's cranked it up. We live way far away from it, and that thing comes on, and I feel like I'm in that movie, because they're playing the national anthem of the corporation of the United States. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's the difference now?
Exactly.
I didn't ask them to play that every morning.
So I'm sending you a picture, Steve, Facebook Messenger, of the way that the original Pledge of Allegiance to the United States was done. And I had mentioned this a long time ago. I thought it was a Mandela effect. Again, harking back to Germany, because everybody does this and says a certain phrase. Well, the way they had originally doing the Pledge of Allegiance was doing that and pledging allegiance to our flag. And there's a black and white photo I just sent you of that, which, it's practically the same thing, the German.
You know what, Jen? That's the thing that it irritates me when you find out. So, like, what did they do? Second we got into school, they show you a globe and they say that's where you live, and then they make you pledge an allegiance.
Oh, wait. These ones are putting it on their head. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. There's one there. I know there was one where they're holding their heart and putting their hand straight out and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. This one's a little different. But I'm sorry, Stealing Fan Man. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Well, it's just they teach us to pledge an allegiance to a flag. Like God says, have no other, idols and all that. And so now we're pledging our allegiance to literally a piece of cloth with colors on it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and it's
know what we're saying.
It's to the republic for which it stands, but yet we live in a democracy. Go figure that one out.
Right.
It's like an oxymoron.
Like 6 years old. We don't know what we're saying. Most people don't even still know what that says. If you ask people to explain what the Pledge of Allegiance says, most people probably wouldn't know. They probably don't even know all the words anymore.
No, yeah, or they say the words, but they don't actually know what they're saying, or they don't know the meaning of it. No.
Like everything else, it's all about memorization. That's all school is. Memorization, regurgitation. They don't teach you to think for yourself. They put you away if you start doing that.
Mm.
Anyways, where are we looking at?
So there's a giant like park in my city. It's it borders like 3 different towns actually. It's pretty big. And allegedly this is where actually that's not true. Did you see the thumbnail to this the video by chance?
No, I went on the streamer. Let me look. I can look.
Okay, well, I'm going to share that photo in a second, but this is allegedly the second house that the original owner stayed in because the first house got bought out by the city and it got demolished, and that's probably why all this crazy shit's over here, because there was a giant estate. And I mean, we all know what happens with that saying, you know, more old world and whatnot. But so all these photos that you're gonna see, these are all just from like a couple of years ago. I mean, from actually, yeah, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But this place here is like I said, it was in the park, and we actually got a chance to go inside of here today, but I couldn't really like record too much. I got a couple photos of some things in here, and there's just some more stuff that's going on in this park that I'm going to show you guys after this. And I feel really freaking stupid because I forgot to ask the lady what's going on with the pillared goddamn smokestack at the top of the building. That's brick. I forgot to ask her about that because this smokestack clearly isn't a pillar, but this one that goes directly through the center of the building is. Like, what? You know? Just very crazy. Just want to show a couple images of this place. Yeah, it has like the whole sun fucking thing, the wings over here. We all know what that means. Big old doorway. It's like a Harry Potter kind of vibe, this place. And I forgot to ask her about the basement too, because I was just happy. I wasn't even expecting to get in here. We were just walking around this back lot here, and like the lady was like hanging out and who owned the property, and she just was like, "You guys want to come in?" I'm like, nice to meet you. How are you? Sure, you know. And we like took a walk around here. She's not.
I love that.
She doesn't live here, but it's like her office. She's like the caretaker of it or whatever.
That's like that other building. It's happened to you every time. Seems like now.
Yeah. Doors just open right up.
What's that?
I don't know.
That's like a giant cauldron cup or something. What the heck?
Maybe there's a place for rituals.
Out of.
You throw the kids in there.
Little seahorse, man.
Look at that.
Very interesting.
Almost like a griffin looking thing. Weird.
Almost, right?
Griffin seahorse.
Definitely a missing plaque here.
Yeah.
All right. So, Steve, I'm going to send you a few shots here.
Pine cone, of course.
Yep. There's my.
Gotta have that.
And Marika says there was a section and a hidden door that you didn't get to see with the lions.
Yeah, she like pointed out. I was like, "Oh my god!" And the lady saw me like saying, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "What's up?" I'm just like, "What's going on?" Yeah, look at this. So this here is it's a you put a flagpole here, but if you look, this is the highway over here, and it drops off like 50 feet, maybe 100 feet. And like it's just this crazy beat ass brick thing that goes all the way down to the highway, Jen. And on the top level is where this house is,
Wow.
Stone.
Yeah, there's a lot of mud flood stuff in your area.
Yeah, and that's where this
Look
crazy
at that.
thing.
See, that's a DJed column. It's got the wrought iron around it. They don't want nobody near it. It's all fancy, dressed up and stuff like that. But that's the tech right there. This is the same stuff you see in cemeteries.
And do you see the triangles? If you zoom in on it, Steve, I swear that's the same pattern that I was asking about on that other thing.
Oh,
at the sideways cemetery, it had a triangle and had that same kind of
thing. The triangles like make a cross, yeah.
Yeah, and this is original. This is original 1876. Because the monument over here that we've looked at before, I found out some details upon that. This place is recreated. This place was original, but in 2004 they took it all down and put it in the museums, and this is a recreation. But we'll show that after. Yeah.
Interesting.
I came to find that out today. But yeah, there's these weird little like
what's that?
Scenes in the middle of these plaques on this obelisk.
That stuff fascinates me. I always like looking at those little.
Oh yeah, you find some nuggets in these kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
Got a bunch of photos of this place.
Interesting. What is that?
I don't know.
Like a little octopus, or what is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say Cthulhu again.
Looks like a leaf.
I saw octopus too, Jen. It's like a Rorschach test.
Smoke a joint, so I don't know.
That's okay.
I can neither confirm or deny on this end, but it looked like an octopus.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And like,
so he represents
Pan.
That
I shared. What
is that? Pan? He's playing the flute.
That's what I was gonna say about. You remember that story I was sharing about?
Dude.
Yeah, there was basically this story in the Bible where like the devil took over a kid and he played a flute and the entire city followed him blindly, and that's pretty much
yeah, I've heard that.
We need to find that because you told me about this, and see, I remember it as the Pied Piper story, which obviously came from the Bible one. So I'll have to look into that one. I'm not familiar with that.
I might have it saved somewhere. So after I share these photos, I'll definitely try to bring it up.
Oh, this crazy Sphinx thing.
And there's something about Sphinx. I'm sorry, I got to tell you real quick since I've been reading Enoch.
I can remember.
Okay, so I've been reading Enoch, and God specifically says that the Sphinx is something from heaven. The look of it. So the Sphinxes are the closest, at least one of the things that supposedly is what it looks like in heaven. You know how we wonder what the angels and stuff look like?
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
He mentions the Sphinxes in Enoch.
Definitely foreign to us for sure. But what I was gonna say, that even the Sphinxes, this entire thing, actually not the entire thing, all of the stone in the Sphinxes were taken down and replaced and touched up. But this top part here with the pillars, this is all original 1890s, allegedly, maybe a lot earlier than that. But the stairs and the stone up here on the side, they retouched it up and redid that, and they took down the original monuments of the Sphinxes and put in these newer ones. I think they're at the museum.
Oh wow, really? In the museum?
I think. I don't know.
You're gonna have to go to the museum, Steve.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, like these are all like, it's all just, I thought this was old world, but it's not. But it is and it's not. Underneath all of this facade, we know is just more bricking, you know.
Right.
But but the monuments themselves, these were made in 2004. So, and I think they had to put them. They couldn't just take them down because this park's been open since the 20s. So, you know, it's the Sphinxes have been up for a good part of almost 100 years before they took them down. So they had to put, you know, the recreation up there.
Maybe we can find like black and white photos of this area with original stuff in it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Who that didn't work out?
But yeah, and so yeah, this is I took these photos today. But the Barney family, I guess, is the family in Springfield this is dedicated to or whatever. But yeah, it was all original in 1892, and like it says here, is restored in 2004. And no, not like the dinosaur.
And then if you look at the little dots, they're like the Maltese cross too.
They are.
So the restoration had to have made the news at some point because Springfield's kind of, you know, it's sort of a small town, right?
Yeah.
So they maybe have some articles on it in the original stuff or something. Wow, this is crazy looking, this thing.
So
remember that's the thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how I told you this place, actually, I think there was a right here. Yeah. So this place was made in 1886 or whatever, because they needed like a secondary house. I guess it's like that this technically is where the maid lived, in this house. I went the wrong way. or whatever. And this was the original house that the Barney guy or his family built on the property, but then the city bought it like 100 years later and burnt it down essentially.
Well, you know, when you first showed the beginning of the cemetery part, and I had said, what is that thing? It looked like that turret tower sticking out on that etching. Looked like that conical roof thing that you showed in the beginning.
Can you go back to that picture real quick? So that's the way the etching, the drawing or whatever. Yeah, that one. So that's the way it supposedly originally looked.
No, that's the original building, and it got knocked down, and this is the new one.
Right, but the drawing was full of like what do you call that? Masonic tile emblems and stuff. Yeah, look at the tower. See all the checkerboard in there. Up a little higher.
The bricks.
Oh yeah.
Right up there, right above the
brick. Above the brick between the two windows.
Yeah. Oh, I see that now.
Like
most definitely, yeah. I got the lady who gave us the tour of the house. I got her phone number, so I'm definitely gonna be hitting her up and getting some more like original photos. She's starting a website on this place and the whole historical presets or whatever. So I mean,
cool.
Her version's definitely like probably not the most accurate, but she's gonna have all the photos. So
right,
we're gonna have to play nice with her.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is an original like phone that was in the original building. You know.
Did you know what that was when you saw it? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You put a head on it. It looks like.
I'm just saying he's so young. Get over it.
Well, two boobs right there, though, like two round boobs right there with nipples.
Oh no, I was making the phone joke.
Yeah. I know what nipples are, guys.
Yeah, I didn't ask that. Jeez, that was just no. Isn't that funny that the icon on your phone, it's the phone, or you put your hand like a cradle, your thumb and your finger to your ear when you and nobody does that. You know what I mean? It's weird.
So you're right. It must have looked like this ceiling fan with the checkerboard because this is someone painted this for postcards when they did like Springfield postcards back in the day.
Huh. They had some over the door too. It looked like had twice.
Yeah, and this is just like the yard around it, I guess.
Is that sundial still there? There's more above that chimney.
Oh yeah,
there's a little more checkers there too.
Very crazy.
And it wasn't an accident that it's on the front, It's like a symbol.
So I'm in this park, right? And I've played like baseball in this park for years and years. Like I've always been like hanging out in this place. And like I see a sign. I mean, it said like the Barney family house and the mausoleum, this thing, that thing's all pointing this way. I see a sign. You know what it said? Amphitheater left. I was just like, amphitheater? I was like, I've been here so many times in my life. There's not an amphitheater here. What are these people talking about? Look at this. Do you see that?
Gee, just put some obelisks and headstones. It'll look like that last graveyard.
I mean, it could. Yeah, it definitely could. But this is like, they're actually claiming this to be like an old like amphitheater.
Wow.
But it's not, obviously, because there's about 2, 3, 4 feet of mud and land over where the amphitheater, like the flooring, the seating should be.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Too bad you can't like dig there a little bit.
I'm going to. I don't care. I'll go right to jail. I don't care. I'm going to dig as far and quick as I can. Just one little hole. I do not care. Yeah.
You're gonna hit a brick somewhere, you know it.
But I took a picture of over here because you could see how the land was just coming in this way,
Yeah, like a flow pattern. Yeah,
like a nice flow pattern. It was coming in from. Oh, I'm sorry. It was coming in from this way and coming in from that way. It was just rolling down, basically southeast. If you're gonna use this as north, which I have no idea which way this is, but it was coming in this way. Yeah. Very crazy. And somehow we're back to the cemetery. Okay. Do I have to go the other way? Where are we? So, oh yeah. Oh, Sideways video again. Watch out.
This is one of those cemeteries that was over on the side, right?
Hey, you got to put in some work on Steve's show.
All right, I want to get you Dakota rings. I think, was it commercial sound video or one of them chipped with their screen? I just would pull out every cord if I tried that. So.
It's working for me. I got my laptop sideways right now.
Well, I'm on a desktop, so I can't pick up. I mean, I could. I'm manly enough to pick up the whole desk, but I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be advisable.
Yeah, I'll have to like crop these videos and re-upload them.
Well, honestly, the cheapest program, the free one that comes on the computer, if you take a video, you can hit spin it, and then save.
Yeah, I mean, usually they rotate somehow.
Yeah. We can play with it after this show or whatever. You can try it.
But like from up here, the vibe I really got from this place, like looking out on like all the water and over there, I just got like a real like World's Fair kind of vibe, because like right over there, like behind this little wall is that where the Sphinx is, and then the building. And I mean, less than a mile from here is the graveyard. Less than another mile from here is just downtown with those two pillared buildings, the identical buildings. You know what I'm talking about? The city hall in my area, and it's just all in the same spot, and they all lead down to water. So it's just a real old vibe. So I really wouldn't be surprised if somewhere along the lines that they did like maybe a mini World Fair here, like maybe before a reset, and they just don't talk about it.
That could be
interesting.
I mean,
why
would there be an amphitheater in Springfield, Massachusetts? I don't care if it's the year 1800. You know what you do? You build a theater inside. That's what they did back then, inside. You don't do that in the 1800s, You don't do that in the 1600s because there was no one here in Springfield in the 1600s. The only time you would do that is, I don't know, maybe if you're like in the Roman Empire in the year fucking 4,
Yeah. And it's like when you see all these towns that are all built out and there's like barely anybody there. Like, why would they build all that for all these? You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the mud flowed in here for sure. And probably, God, you dig down anywhere in any one of these spots, you're probably going to find something. There's probably a tunnel system somewhere.
Yeah, I just love how it just looks out upon like everything. There's a bunch of little like lakes and ponds down there too, Jen. It was just shouting like Chicago's World Fair to me. I don't know why. Oh, but you sent me some photos to share, huh? Let me get those in a second.
I'm going to send you a few more in a minute, but these ones are about the Pledge of Allegiance. We were just talking about Germany and stuff, and the one photo has a date in it, which is very interesting.
Steve?
Yeah.
Could I screen share for just a second?
God.
You have it up.
Well, I just want to show them something I just found.
Ready? Put it on.
Man, get in line.
Coliseum, Eastern States Exposition, Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Well, isn't that what you were just... that they had an exposition in 1916? Or is that just
they have this every year.
Okay, so that couldn't be what you were... Okay, I was seeing if I found a...
no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's like 10 miles. Okay,
sorry.
Away. I know where that is.
Okay,
they'll just have they have like the Connecticut building, the Vermont building, and what you saw.
So they didn't have I thought I found an exposition. So
no, that was probably the first one they had. Honestly, the first they call it the Big E, the Big Exposition.
Yeah,
for like the Northeast, and that you may have just seen the first one there. That may have been like the first one when they opened it, because all the buildings in there are all old world too. They're all crazy.
Okay,
all crazy.
All right.
But no, thanks for that little beat there, because that's good stuff for people to know anyways.
So that building that you just showed, CFM, that's still there now, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I go in there like once a year. Oh, you sent me pictures.
Shoot.
Jen. I gotta get out of here. I gotta reload
That
it.
was the picture that Jen was talking about. I just saw it.
Yeah, I got 3 of them I sent you guys just to give an example. But a long time ago on my original channel, I did a Mandela effect video on this because I thought it was Mandela effect. I had never been taught this, never heard of it. I only learned about the Pledge of Allegiance being one way. And here, you know, the kids used to put their arms straight out just like you would hear or see them, you know, do for Germany.
Well, you know, and that actually goes back before that because the Romans did the same stuff. So whatever this hand sign is, it goes back to the fallen ones, and they just make us do different versions is the way I see it.
Yeah. Do the next picture. I think the next picture has a caption with it. Yeah. Scroll up a little. You'll see the date and everything. In your area somewhere.
42.
Pledge of Allegiance. There you go. School children, Pledge Allegiance to the
Southern
flag.
Connecticut.
Yep. And it's 1942, guys. This is
Right before.
Yeah. So, and look what they're doing. So is that why they changed the Pledge of Allegiance? I don't know, but I'm just saying this is something I've never heard of before. It wasn't in my reality as something that was part of his story as we learned it.
And I'm agreeing with you on that too. But then also a double thing is, why would we go from this to putting your hand over your heart in the place it doesn't exist? Why didn't we put it in the center of our chest?
Bingo. Yahtzee.
Yeah, right? It's like a double.
Yeah.
2 for 1. It's a twofer.
And there's one more picture here.
Hold on, I just took a screenshot. I just gotta send that to someone.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
How do you spell allegiance? Sorry, I'm like retarded.
ALLEGIANCE.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Allegiance.
See, I'm so bad that like spell check is like we have no idea what you're trying to type. Sorry.
I was just trying to tell you it's in the photo you're literally trying to send. You can just read it there.
All right. You know what?
Am I getting muted? Don't boot me. I've had that happen before.
I was just going to say my mom used to make me when I was a little girl. She would make me say it, spell it, and say it again. I'd always have to do that when I was doing my spelling words. But anyway.
These photos are nuts, Steve.
Yeah. So again, you can see them looking at the flag. They're pledging allegiance.
Are these like real photos from like back then? Or is this from the TV show? I'm confused.
No, this is real.
Okay.
It's real.
All right. Well, I don't know. You were just talking about a TV show where they were Hitler in America and shit like that.
Yeah, Jen.
I didn't know.
Where'd you get these photos? I don't know either. I'm curious too.
The film or the show, Man in High Castle, has similarities to our reality now. The Mandela effect is pointing more towards, a lot more activity from Germany than we've been led, and taught the attacks on America and different things like that. And then here you see this, like I was never, ever taught this, that it changed at any point, or I never heard any elders of mine. And, my mom's, my mom was born in 1949, so it would have already have changed if it changed at all after the war. But, I just never heard of any of this stuff where we used to put our arms straight out, just like the Germans, and pledge allegiance to our flag. Like,
5 years from now, is we always going to remember our president as being called the Fuhrer in this country? I mean, what's going on here?
That's what's going to happen, it seems. Crazy stuff. Oh, there was
if you think about it, did Germany actually ever lose the war?
No. That's what I think the apocalypse is telling us.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Truth is being revealed, and we live in the Man in the High Castle show.
That's what seems like it's really crazy because nothing's matching up to what we've been taught. And now we're living under this whole Gestapo type mentality, not just here, but it seems to be everywhere.
Like a bunch of Nazi war criminals started NASA, and we're all cool with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So either they won the war, and we didn't just bring over all their best scientists. We brought over the heads of whoever they wanted to be the head here, and they just took over and kept running shit, keeping us under the illusion, the American dream. You got to be asleep to believe it, kind of thing. And as it's progressively gotten worse, and more freedoms have been taken away. They didn't really have to do much. They just acquiesced us right into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
It's true. That's very true.
Right. You send me some more pictures, Jen?
You're going to use me as your new clip, Stealing Fan Man. That'll be Jen saying it's true. That's very true.
funny.
So what, Jen? You sent me some more pics.
Oh yeah, so it's Yama. Oh god, I can never say this word. Yagashima, Japanese volcanic island, and it was the side of it that I had posted on Mountains Are Melted building. This is supposed to be for landslides, and it's still freaking people out, these pics. But I did find a building in modern times that reminds me a lot of this type of meshing, netting looking, melted building looking thing here. Now this one's cool. Zoom in on this one. Look at this thing. Isn't that
Very
crazy?
Interesting.
Yeah.
We just put a metal mesh over the land. That's crazy.
This is like supposed to be cement or something. So let's zoom in on this. Look at it's crazy, dude. But it looks a lot like a building, a couple of building structures that I found in today's world. We would kind of call it like a.
Could you cover real quick for those of us that are like mentally challenged? They're saying the real story is that they made this out of cement to keep it held up.
For landslides. Yes.
And how they cast it or anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll see. There's a picture I sent that is them supposedly putting this stuff together right here. That's really the only picture you get as far as the construction of this stuff. So that's questionable right there.
There should be a documentary series on this shit, but there's not.
As a matter of fact, even when they show little documentaries, scrolling on this whole rock face there, it runs up the whole side of it. All that it's all the way up to the top there. Yeah, you kind of see it through that little gray spray, but it pops out all over the island, and it looks a lot like some kind of interior meshing from the building itself, or it could be really what they say it is. But I did find a couple of buildings that have this same structure, and you know that this one right here is one of them. Doesn't that look a lot like that structure?
A little bit, yeah. If it was laid down over like a mountain, it would look similar. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Also, that pyramidal hotel in North Korea.
Yes.
I forget the name of it.
Yes.
With all the little square windows and stuff. And it's just that thing laying down and melted over like that with all that. It would look like that same meshing. Anyway, just wanted to show you that to you guys.
That's crazy.
All right, and I got one more picture really fast. If you want,
What do you got?
I'll show you this. Where is it?
Yeah, I was honestly going to start wrapping it up in a little bit.
Okay, it's just one photo. Look.
No, I was going to say in like a couple more minutes. What do you got?
Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right? Isn't that ridiculous?
Right, yeah.
Yep. Who couldn't even manage a plumbing system. And,
what is wrong with this picture?
Still standing. And that house would be knocked over by the wind and, next year.
It should be flipped. Like,
right?
In reality, it should be. Yeah, it should be, but it's not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
We're so regressing on like an archaeological level. It's so bad.
How do I get out of this? That's just it, though. We've regressed on everything, right? We it's like I have my rooster. Like he'll strut around like he does everything. You know what I mean? And it's like the same thing. We walk around going, look, we're the most technological advanced society in the history of man. Look what I have here. And look what I've got there. And look what I can do. We don't know how any of this shit works, right? Most people don't even know how their car works. So as the machinery gets smarter, we get stupider or dumber, right? Like Wall-E. And so we think that we're technologically advanced, and yet, no, we don't even know how to build that building. Right?
Yeah, we know less now than ever. If the grid goes down, we're all pretty much screwed. I mean, there's some of us that have the Lost Ways book, and maybe we'll get by on one of them. But for the most part, people don't even know how to fucking start a fire, without matches or anything, or plant a seed, or just the simplest of things they're going to be lost on. Right, and that's all been done by design.
And it's like what Klaus Schwab said. He said we'll own nothing and like it, but it's coming to the point where we'll know nothing and we'll like it. That's what society is really running towards. And
because when you look at
doing what we're doing,
you look at their story, and they make whoever mainstream could make fun of these shows, but when you look at their story, that photo people with donkeys and no education built buildings that last for 200, 300 years, and yet our stuff gets blown
Maybe
over
even
in
longer.
a wind. Right, exactly. And to the built with structures we can't even fathom how they did it in glass and gold and all that yet.
And the only way that we accept that is not through rationalization, it's through indoctrination from a very young age. And it's always been taught to us. It's always shown to us on documentaries and different period movies and programs that are out there that reinforce the thought of all these, royal bloodline families and their palatial estates and their right to rule over us and the whole storyline that goes behind his story for the last 200 years and beyond that, of course, as well.
Mm-hmm. And Marika, you're right. The metaverse is where they're trying to send everyone, and it's happening right now. Kids, our children age and younger, are getting just sucked into that thing. It's super amazing fun. I'm not in it, but I've watched enough videos to see, and you can do anything you want. And but that's how a drug works, right? You get the few tastes for free, and then they get you hooked. Then you can live in there, right? You can buy property, you can do your banking, you can just never leave your house. You can order food, the whole bit, just like Idiocracy.
Yeah,
Idiocracy, but worse. It's
right.
So crazy. And real quick, thank you for that donation, Wicked Good Witch. I think that's how you say your nick or your screen name. But regardless, something me and Marika were talking about the other day is like, so how, say we are in the short season, say that Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call him, Hasatan, has to literally recreate everything to deceive us, and I'm not an astral projection kind of guy, but I think that their concept is, I'm not going to say it's right, but it's wrong at the same time, because they have a wrong concept. You're not going to be going from galaxy to galaxy. I think you have like your heavenly body that's outside of this realm that can be affected by things. And the only reason I say that is because I witnessed a meteor shower and I felt the meteors go through my body as if I was somewhere up there and I could feel them penetrating through me. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it felt. So with that being said, is this metaverse like a copy or a hijacking of what those real implications really are? I'm not saying astral projection, but like these are disposable bodies. This, we all know this in the chat. These are just meat suits we're in for right now, but our real enlightened bodies, I guess you can call them that. I feel like our heavenly bodies is a better name. They could be up there and they want you to make yourself an unheavenly body, a body that's digital, that's meta, and that's just an interesting concept I was thinking of, and we had a combo about it. So,
well, it makes sense. It's like they want to detach us so that we are lost. Because if we get lost in that metaverse, I believe that. Oh, we lost Jen. See, when you get lost, you get lost. But if you get lost in that, that's probably where God doesn't live. Obviously, this is all Satan's world. And so if you get lost in it, then maybe that's why you can't come back. I don't know how it works.
You don't want to get lost in the sauce for sure.
Right. Someone had to say it.
Jen said she's stuck.
She's stuck.
She was stuck. Yeah. Well, I was going to, her internet went down. Yeah. She's going to say goodnight, I think. And I think we're going to probably end it on that note. You got anything you want to get off the old chest real quick?
I'm just gonna be in and around this week, so I might be on something or I might not, but I'll definitely, I have Friday 6:00 West Coast. Check your local listings on my channel. And Steve and I sometimes get together depending on schedules, and we'll discuss and see if there's any time maybe you'll do one of those. So, but that's about it.
We can maybe toss one of those in like midweek,
Okay.
And watch out for tomorrow, guys. It's 3/2/22/22 on a Tuesday.
Nice.
And nothing good happens on Tuesdays.
No, but great things happened today, including this show. And thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, today is Monday. We'll take that as we can. Start off the week fire with a birthday from our good friend Ceiling Fan. And
real quick, thank you for all the good wishes. There's some on Rockfin
yes.
too. I want to make sure everyone's.
There's a lot of. Oh, let me go to Rockfin. Say goodnight to everyone. So yes, everyone on Rockfin. I see you all over there. Steph Davis, Young Love, Stealing Fans over there. Andy, Salted Cedar, Flat Earth Cat, Matt, and Patrick, and all you awesome guys. Mark Wood, Mark Wantraub. Over here on not Instagram, on YouTube, Wicked Good Witch. Once again, thank you so much for that. Domestic Truth Seeker, D. Smith, 711 Lucas. What's up, bro? Peace out to all y'all. Suso, Marika, everyone in the chat that I didn't get to name. Hopefully, there's no hard feelings. You guys are the best. And together, only together, we're going to be the best, you know? And with that being said, there it is. Juan Torres right on cue as we get out of here. 100, 100, 100. All right, guys, we're out of here. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless and rest easy.